This morning I had the privilege of introducing, I think, one of the first tweeting Batei Midrash. We had Rabbi Shai Gluckson come and speak with us today, and we were tweeting as we were studying Torah. I think that there are a lot of distinct pieces that I think of this conversation that I'm going to be taking back that are going to help me in my general work and also the institution that I work for in thinking about the place of continuing education for our alumni. Being involved with the technology session this morning I think was both tremendously satisfying and a little bit dissatisfying, but helpful in both senses. I got a sense of how to use Twitter and how we might use Twitter in the work we're doing and its potential. But I also was a little frustrated by its limitations and also the limitations of what we can do with some of the new media. It was exciting for me to learn a little bit more about how we might use it and think about the potential. So I'm hoping that we are going to be able to figure out ways of using it as I go back. And the other thing that was particularly interesting was how exciting this session on evaluation was. I would not have thought that a session on evaluation would be so riveting and exciting, but our table was particularly lively. It was an example of how people from different communities with different backgrounds can come together and start talking about something that seems so straightforward and have a really meaningful conversation. Both the material that was presented by Jesna through their research was very well presented and easy for us to respond to, but it also spurred further conversation. And even as we went into lunchtime, I was hearing from colleagues from other institutions talking about, well, that take on things is going to help me rethink the way we're thinking about things. So that conversation was helpful not only in terms of evaluation, but for thinking about the categories of continuing rabbinic education more broadly. Well, I think there's several values to ACRE. One of them, I think, ACRE itself does what many of the CRE programs do for their constituents. It allows rabbis and educators who are involved in the work of continuing rabbinic education, which sometimes can be isolating, to come together in community, to not have to be on show, but to have an opportunity to discuss and learn and think about best practices. It is, on some level, a continuing professional opportunity for us. And that's really rare. There just aren't that many places I can go and where I can find other people who understand the kind of work I'm doing, and I can really talk with them. And additionally, I think that goes into, that segues into the next piece, which is that being able to talk with people from really different organizations, hearing about their best practices, finding out that there is the best time to start a retreat, or ideas of how do you engage better with webinars, and having those conversations is just really exciting. I would not have access to this community of people if it weren't for ACRE, and my own practice would not be challenged and growing quite as much without it.